Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate all of you. Om Adyaye Namaha. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. It really helps me a lot. Don't forget to check out my website, paradoxastrology.com. Book your consultation today. I can help you with anything. And if you'd like more exclusive occult videos that I don't post on YouTube, consider subscribing to my Patreon. It also helps to support this channel. Okay, just a very quick video about the moksha houses, about spiritual practice and how you can see through your chart, your path of your spiritual journey. So this is why it's very important to know your chart. A lot of people go to people for spiritual advice, but how can someone give you spiritual advice if they can't see your entire life, your past lives, your future lives? They can't. So they're just kind of guessing based on their own experiences of the mind, of what the mind has experienced in this lifetime. And so that's going to be different for everyone. There is a different, unique path for everybody. So this is why we look at the moksha houses. We look at the 4th house, the 8th house, and the 12th house. The natural 4th house is Cancer. Natural 8th house is Scorpio, and the 12th is Pisces. So these are all water signs. So it's our journey through the waters. The other thing you can look at is Ketu as well, but that will be for a separate video. Now, when you go into Cancer, into your 4th house, this is where our attachments come into play. If you really look at it, it's our property, our home, our inner emotions. But our inner emotions become attachments. Whenever we are emotional for something, it becomes something that we are attached to in this physical world. And the storm happens when we are too attached. The suffering, as Buddha says, happens when we're too attached to the physical world. It's also the mother. So the mother is your first spiritual guide, especially because you are in her womb. So everything she feels, you feel. So you learn how to feel from her. And so your attachments to her also fuel your spiritual journey. You can love someone without being attached to them, which means that your identity is not created from this person. Your identity is created from not your ego, but from your soul. When your identity is attached to anything in the physical world, like I said, that's when the suffering comes. So a lot of people, they are not able to advance in spirituality because they're too attached to what the mother did to them in the beginning parts of their life, or the trauma that comes from the mother as well, or the home that you grew up in. This is why this is one of the moksha houses. There's many other reasons, but this is just a very short example. Then you go into the 8th house of Scorpio. And it's funny because these are all bodies of water, like I said. So Cancer, they say, is like a flowing river. And then they say Scorpio, some say it's very deep waters, but it's stagnant water. Then Pisces ends up being like a vast ocean, like never-ending ocean. So when you go into the 8th house, think about the 8th house is when the secrets are revealed to you. This is occult knowledge. Occult means secret. So the secret knowledge is required for you to advance in this lifetime. And the knowledge that you actually first gain is from your mother in your home. But this is the knowledge that is acquired after that. So even after your relationship, this is the hidden knowledge that you get. And it is said in all the books that to advance, we have to have an equal amount of knowledge and spiritual attainment, because you can gain a lot from spiritual practice. You can gain cities, you can gain supernatural powers like clairvoyance and all of that. But if you don't have any knowledge, then it renders you useless, because that is Shakti, that is power. We need Shiva. Shiva is the higher consciousness. This is the knowledge that's acquired. We need Shiva and Shakti. Power without any will or without the knowledge of what to do with that power renders us useless. With just knowledge and no power renders us useless. This is an occult information. This is information that we gain that is not given to us in the 9th house. That's not given to us in our education. This is a secret knowledge that comes through, most of the time, a transformation, a major transformation, or that occult knowledge leads to a major transformation. And it's also life or death scenarios. People get very spiritual after a life and death scenario and start to figure out who they truly are. That's the middle step. to figuring out why you are here. When you have the knowledge of the world and you start getting the knowledge of reincarnation, the knowledge of why I'm here, of karma, astrology, all of that, that helps you. Now that's leading you on the correct path towards moksha, towards enlightenment. And that transformation happens when there's a death, and that's usually the death of the ego. But this isn't the complete death of the ego yet. This is a shedding of the ego. It's not the final stage of the butterfly. It is the middle stage of the butterfly that's transforming. And then we go into the 12th house of Pisces. When we're in the 12th house of Pisces, this is the final dissolution. So this is why you see in Pisces, wherever is in someone's chart or ascendant or moon, I'm Pisces ascendant, so I can tell you this directly, it feels that you are in both worlds. You're both in the physical world and you're in the spiritual world at the same time. This is why Pisces does not like to stay in the physical world and tries to escape. But most of the time in modern day, tries to escape through substances because it just doesn't have the knowledge. This is why we have to go through these steps, because if we skip steps and we just end up at the 12th house, that's when we start doing substances to try to escape, because we don't have knowledge of what escape really means. And we skipped that 8th house, and we needed that 8th house. So once you have that knowledge of what escape really means, and then you start doing the spiritual practices, now you start elevating yourself and you start to begin your journey into the astral realm. That knowledge that you gain from the 8th house is now being put into action. This is where you can really advance. So now you have the knowledge of how to do the meditation, to enter the astral realm. And in advanced practices, this is when someone can actually transfer their consciousness from one body to the next. Then this is also when you are able to remember your past lives, see your past lives, see your future lives, talk to deities, and also enter samadhi. If you have the knowledge of how to do the spiritual practices, then you are able to implement them and then get the results from them. So this is what's very important, and that comes from the occult. And as you advance, then you gain more and more power, because now you put both Shiva and Shawtee together. So this is why Pisces is a very important sign, but it's also misused in the physical realm because people don't understand the depths of this ocean. And that's why it's an ocean, because it's infinite when it comes to Pisces, because so is the astral plane. And this is also when you start realizing and you start noticing through the knowledge, and then now you have the experience where the Pisces comes in, the experience of the knowledge, that the physical world is a projection. When you get to the 12th house, that's when you can abandon the physical world for what people believe it to be, because people think it's solid. And then now you're in the ocean, realizing that everything is constantly evolving and everything is like a liquid form, which is like the Maya, Mahamaya, which is a goddess itself. The goddesses are water. Once you realize everything is like water, because water is energy, then you can manipulate time and space. And so the 12th house is very, very important. Everything that has to do with physics, the laws of physics, do not apply anymore when you're at the 12th house. I'm talking about the highest level. When you understand that everything is Maya, you can surpass your own karma. You can even surpass death if you want to, which is what very high level spiritualists are able to do. Or you can choose to leave your body in samadhi and even come back. Leave whenever you want and come back. And then use this knowledge to help others selflessly, because that's what Pisces is about. It's about service and helping others, because Pisces understands all signs, because you're at the 12th. It already went through all of them. And so now once you're at the 12th house, you come back and you serve others because you don't have this material attachment. But remember, the last nakshatra of Pisces is wealth. But why is it wealth if it's the 12th house? Because think of the siddhas. Siddhas are very advanced spiritual beings, but they also live in the physical world. So they can come in and out of the astral realm into the physical realm. they have a wealth of knowledge, but they can also have wealth on the material plane because they are adepts at Tantra. Tantra is when you're able to use your force, use your spiritual practice for power as well on the material plane without being attached to it. So this is just how I see the moksha houses. I thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you in the next one.